So Bitcoin is continuing to rally higher as we're finally starting to see Bitcoin's price catch up to all of the bullish news that has come out over the last couple of months. We've seen whale accounts add to their positions and double down. We've seen institutions start to talk about and integrate crypto into their businesses. And we've seen countries all around the world really be more lenient with their initial thoughts about crypto than they were originally expecting. And now we're finally starting to see Bitcoin's price rally and reflect all of this optimistic news. So let's talk about it. Right now, we're seeing Bitcoin's price, first of all, broke above the downward trending resistance that we have had over the last 2 to 3 months. We've talked about this in multiple videos, and this is still holding true. But what we're also seeing right now is Bitcoin's price has broken above a couple of other very important levels and now is testing a new level. So we have seen right now that Bitcoin's price is starting to test that $44,500 per coin resistance. This is a key resistance, and we've already touched it a couple of times within the last 24 hours, but not broken through it just yet. We have seen that this level has acted as a strong resistance and support over the last 12 months, as back in February of 2021 and March of 2021, we hit this level. Then in about September, when we started our rally higher, we hit this level 2 or 3 times yet again. And now we're starting to reach this level for the 5th or 6th time in the last year. And once we break above this, I'm expecting a rally to $47,000 to $48,000 per coin very, very quickly. So another 10 to 15% jump. But an interesting thing here is we're also seeing that Bitcoin's price just reclaimed a very important level. And that is that Bitcoin's price broke above the 50-day simple moving average. And this is something that is historically very bullish, because this is the first time that we have seen Bitcoin's price break above this 50-day simple moving average in quite a while. We have not seen this happen really in months. And this is a sign that we are on our way to reach new record highs in the coming months. One thing I want to talk about right now is going to be what is going on with 2 indicators in particular. I want to quickly interrupt today's video to bring you a word from our brand new channel partner, Eqonex. Eqonex is a robust crypto exchange with professional and institutional grade crypto features made accessible to everyone. It's the perfect one-stop shop for people who are really serious about investing in the crypto space. Eqonex has a full ecosystem, including an exchange, custody, lending, and more. They understand the pain points, therefore capital efficiency is at the crux of their product offering, like sub-account structure, cross-collateral, and customized leverage. The Eqonex exchange is probably the safest avenue to trade crypto in the market because it has defense-grade FCA-registered custodian DigiVault as the default custody provider. EQO, the Eqonex exchange token, actually offers staking rewards and competitive fee tier reductions, which makes Eqonex a highly compelling hedging venue. More benefits and utilities are currently in the making. They're making a number of developments and announcements every single day. So I definitely think Eqonex is worth taking a look at. Definitely an interesting platform, and I personally use it quite a bit as of recently. Click the link in the description down below. Check out Eqonex today and let me know your thoughts. Anyways, back to the program. We're also going to go over some things going on with altcoins and a price prediction from a major analytics firm. But 2 things in terms of indicators right now is, first, what we're seeing with Bitcoin is we're seeing Bitcoin SOPR, short-term holders ratio. What we're seeing right here is that with this ratio, it has finally bounced back above 1 for the first time since December 2021. And this is important because values climbing through 1 from below show that the short-term holders, people that have not been holding Bitcoin for very long, on average, are beginning to sell Bitcoin in the profit. And what this shows us is that a lot of these short-term holders had been very bearish and very negative about the overall crypto market because they were losing money. And these are the people who really weren't in it for the long term. They were trying to make a quick profit. But now that we're seeing that most of these short-term holders are getting into the profit, they're starting to see green in their portfolio. That is a very bullish sign historically for where the market is going. And the second indicator is that we're seeing the Crypto Fear and Greed Index for the first time since November 2021 start to break out of the fear or extreme fear territory. Not yet, but by the end of the day today, on Monday, Friday, February 7th, we should see Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index in the neutral territory for the first time since November. And the interesting thing here, so right now it's at 45, it's still in fear, but the interesting thing here is that the Crypto Fear and Greed Index always mimics price movements of Bitcoin. It always has done this historically, and what we're seeing is that every single time we get into extreme fear, we get all the way down to the bottom of the correction, the bottom of the market, that is when we start to see prices start to correct. So we don't usually see the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index in that extreme fear territory, around 10 to 15 for very long. And now we're finally starting to see it bounce back. And every single time this has happened in the past, where we have seen 3 weeks or more in extreme fear, we have then gone on to rally to new record highs. You could look at end of 2018. You could look at beginning of 2020. You could look at really the middle of 2021, right before we saw that rally. Every single time that this has happened, we have seen Bitcoin's price go on to rally substantially, and every time to new record highs. Last couple things I want to talk about is going to be first with Bitcoin price predictions. So what we have seen is that a new report came out from SFS Insights, and they revealed that Bitcoin's price, according to their analysis, what they've talked about with institutions, could very well reach $200,000 per coin in the second half of 2022, despite everything that happened in the beginning of the year. They go on to explain how right now we're seeing more big money players, more legacy market capital entering the crypto space. So money, like big money players, are entering the crypto space, and I think we very well could see $200,000 in the second half of the year, which would be in line with many predictions that we have seen from top analysts and top firms around the world. And lastly, they're also saying Ethereum, because it is so undervalued relative to cloud platforms, they think Ethereum could reach $12,000 per coin in 22, and we've talked about that quite a bit with the rise of DeFi and even with ETH 2.0, NFTs starting to explode. This is very, very conservative, in my opinion, for Ethereum and how high it could go. Is it going to happen end of 2022? It all depends on overall macro events in the market, but either way, Ethereum still, in my opinion, extremely undervalued where it currently is for what is going on in the DeFi space. Now let's talk about what's going on with Tesla, because a new report just came out, new SEC filing came out about Tesla's Bitcoin holdings, and it revealed that Tesla currently holds $1.99 billion worth of Bitcoin at the end of 2021. So now the Bitcoin's price has risen substantially. It's probably well over $2 billion, but what we have seen is that this filing showed that Tesla had purchased $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin back in February of 2021. They sold off a little. Remember when Elon Musk talked about how they wanted to prove how it was a liquid asset and you could easily sell it if you needed to. But now what we have seen is even with them selling that off, they've still held a vast majority of their Bitcoin, and they've even had a significant profit on it. So it's nice to see that happening. And then the last story I want to go over is with Valkyrie's ETF. So Valkyrie's Bitcoin ETF, it's a Bitcoin mining ETF, has officially been approved, and now it's going to be listed on the NASDAQ on Tuesday, February 8th, 2022. And this is a very, very great sign for regulators and institutions wanting to get involved right now in the crypto space. We've seen regulators delay a bunch of Bitcoin ETF decisions, but while this isn't a strict Bitcoin ETF, it still is going to give companies exposure to the crypto space. And the specific breakdown of investments in this Valkyrie Bitcoin mining ETF, first of all, it's going to be traded under the symbol WGMI. A specific breakdown of this is that it says it will not offer direct exposure to Bitcoin, but at least 80% of net assets will be through securities of companies that derive at least 50% of their revenues or profits from Bitcoin. So it's not going to be directly into Bitcoin, but the companies they invest in are going to be companies that are generating most of their profits from Bitcoin. And they said the other remaining 20% of the ETF's net assets are going to be in Bitcoin in particular. So it's not a direct correlation. It's not direct exposure to Bitcoin. Like, it's not going to mimic Bitcoin's price exactly, but it's going to give people exposure to companies that do majority of their business in Bitcoin mining, get exposure to, building machines for Bitcoin mining. They're trying to get institutions another way to get exposure to Bitcoin in general. So this is all very great news, and we're seeing right now the market is in a great place. We see that $44,000 $44,500 per coin number right now as a very key level for Bitcoin over the coming days. We're going to need to see a break above that on the daily time frame, but we have seen a massive catapult in Bitcoin's price over the last 7 days. We're seeing altcoins really start to rally. We've seen the overall crypto market reclaim that $2 trillion market cap at one point in time, and right now things are looking very bullish for crypto right now. This is why, you just have to be patient. You buy projects that you think long term are going to be good, and you just have to be patient. Prices in crypto are going to fluctuate more than any other asset class, but they are going to yield the highest returns long term, in my opinion. So that's why you just need to buy projects, not worry about 50% drops, because that's going to happen in crypto. You just need to buy projects that you believe in, hold on to them, and if you hold on to them long enough, historically, with Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the top projects, you would have made a significant profit. So that's what's going on with the market. Let me know your thoughts, and make sure to follow me on Twitter if you don't already. I post there multiple times a day about what's going on in the market. But hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.